Hola clase, this is Miss Schaefer, and today we're going to be looking at the vocabulary for Chapter 3A. The big question as we watch this that we're trying to answer is, what words can I use to talk about running errands? So this video is going to allow you to see a lot of the vocabulary that you'll be using this chapter used in context so that you can understand how a native speaker might utilize it and then how you can utilize it. Your goal during this video is to create a list of vocab words to use and to build a foundation for Chapter 3A. So as you go, if you want to do a split screen, you should be making a list that, for example, looks like this. Banco, bank. Pharmacy or farmacia, pharmacy. Remember that it's really important that you actually listen to this video, that you don't just mute it. As you go, there's going to be a couple times that I ask you to highlight something or add something so that I can make sure that you listen to it and didn't just mute it. It's important to listen because partially I'll give you tips, but also it's going to help you work on your pronunciation. So this first page provides us the opportunity to see a lot of different words in this photo that we can use to talk about town and different errands that we might run. I really like this one because it allows you to see like which ones might go together. So first of all, we have El Centro. El Centro means downtown. If you think about the center of town, so you should add to your list Centro, downtown. First, we're going to look at La Farmacia. La Farmacia means pharmacy. In addition to getting medicine at a farmacia in Espanol, in Spanish-speaking countries, you'd be able to get things like el champú, cognate, shampoo, el jabón, which means soap. You have to be careful there. Soup is sopa, but jabón is soap. La pasta dental, toothpaste, or literally translated dental paste. And el cepillo de dientes, which means toothbrush. We also see here el supermercado. You guys learned last chapter that a mercado is a market, so a supermercado is a supermarket. When you're downtown, you may also go to el correo. El correo is the post office. Words that you might use with el correo are el buzón, which means mailbox, and echar una carta, which means to send a letter. Another place that you could go downtown is La Tienda de Equipo Deportivo. La Tienda de Equipo Deportivo is a sports equipment store. Literally, you're saying there, the store of sporting equipment. And a couple things that we'll add to the sports words that you already know. Raqueta de tenis is a tennis racket. Patines are skates. A pelota is a ball. And a palo de golf is a golf club. You can pause this if you need to, but then we'll go on to the next page where you'll see a conversation between these two people in the bottom of the screen. Before we look at their conversation, we can see a couple of words that they're talking about that also go with el correo, the post office. El sello is a stamp. La tarjeta is a card, and la carta is a letter. La tarjeta you can use either for a card that you would send or a playing card. Please make sure that you add that to your list of vocabulary. You should have both card and playing card. Then we can look at the conversation that these two have. They say, ¿A qué hora se abre el correo en el centro? Quiero comprar unos sellos y enviar una carta. So we have here, we learned today, at what time, and then se abre is opens. So at what time does the post office open in the downtown area? I want to buy some stamps, we already learned, right? Y enviar, and send a card. So then he answers, Se abre a las 9. It opens at 9 de la mañana, in the morning. Remember, we learned that today. Y se cierra a las 8 de la noche. Now, you might be able to figure that out based on context. It opens at 9 in the morning and blank at 8 at night. So se cierra means it closes. Once you have these written down, pause if you need to. We'll move on to the next page. This is another place that, two more places that you might go downtown, or three more places. We have el consultorio, is the doctor's or dentist's office. When you're there, you can see either el médico or la médica, the doctor, or el dentista or la dentista, the dentist. If you would please, on your list that you're making, highlight or underline dentist, because even the masculine form ends in A. So that's something that can be a little bit different than the habit that we're used to. The next place we might talk about is the biblioteca. You've learned biblioteca before, means library, and you already know the word book, libro. So we're going to put together some other words you've seen here to form some new ideas. You've learned sacar la basura is to take out the trash. So sacar un libro is to take out a book. You might have already guessed then that devolver un libro is to return a book. The final location that we're going to talk about is el banco. El banco is the bank. And at the bank, you can cobrar un cheque or cash a check. Please pause this if you need to, and then we'll move on to the final page for today's lesson. This last item just shows a couple of other words. Cuidar a los niños is to care for, is cuidar a. So los niños is the children. But you could also put there like the dog or the plants or whatever you'd like. So we have ayer, cuidé a Carlota y a Paco por 5 horas. Fuimos a pie al zoológico. So we have here, yesterday I cared for, notice the preterite, Carlota and Paco. Por means for an amount of time. For an amount of time. Por 5 horas, for 5 hours. Fuimos a pie al zoológico. That's the conjugated form of ir al pie. Ir al pie is to go on foot. So this is the preterite. We went on foot to the zoo. Nos quedamos. This is from, here, I'll use a new color. This is from quedarse. Quedarse means to stay. So we stayed there. Hasta is until. So we stayed there until 1. It was very fun. And then in this last paragraph, we have luego regresamos a casa. Later, we returned home. Sus padres me pagaron por cuidarlos. Their parents paid me for caring for them. Me gusta cuidar niños porque puedo ganar dinero. I like to care for children because I can earn money. Es importante tener mi propio dinero. It's important to have my own money. So the last thing that I want to do today, guys, before we end, thanks for hanging with me, is I want you to write one sentence. So we'll do fui a, and then a location. And then para means in order to, comprar, buy, blank. So go ahead, look back at the words that you wrote, especially from that first and third page, and think what you can fill in the blanks for. So at the bottom of your notes, you should have a list of vocabulary. Then you should have one sentence. I went to blank in order to buy blank, but it should be in Spanish. So you can use my sentence here, fui a blank, para comprar blank, but fill in those blanks. Thanks for listening. If you have any questions, go ahead and write those down so that you can remember to ask them during class tomorrow. But otherwise, you can just when you finish up this video, turn your notes into Shobi under this same homework heading, and we will start practicing with this vocabulary tomorrow. If you're somebody who's going on the college road trip, please make sure that you spend a little bit of extra time on this vocabulary since you'll be missing our practice during class tomorrow. Gracias y hasta luego.